There have been more big changes at Crown as the casino and the resort business strive to convince state governments that its management has changed sufficiently to allow it to maintain its gaming licences. Joining us now is our business editor Ross Greenwood, here to explain. Ross, good morning. Chair Helen Coonan is officially gone as of today.
As of today, indeed. And I've got to tell you that the board at Crown has been swept cleaner than the carpets at the casino operation has ever been swept. It really is. Almost every director that was there previously is now gone. Helen Coonan was almost the remaining person on that board standing. She was the one who really New South Wales charged after that Bergen inquiry to really reset Crown, to reset the board and management. But after the inquiry, the Royal Commission in Victoria, and of course then more questions about the appropriateness of her position on the board, she said that she would go by the end of the month. She is to be replaced by Ziggy Switkowski, the former chief executive of Telstra, the former chief executive of Optus, the current chairman of the NBN Co, and also has been previously with our nuclear authority, ANSTO. Now, Ziggy Switkowski is a man who's got great reputation, but the interesting part about this is he can't come in straight away. Indeed, he's got to go through all the right probity and regulatory checks to become the new chair of Crown. The interesting part about this is that Steve McCann, who'd come from Lend-Lease to Crown as the chief executive, well, he's going through those probity checks as well. So once that's all done, they can then go back to these royal commissions and to the state governments and basically say, look, we're brand new. We're all sort of brand new people with all our new checks. We can now take this forward. This is the way in which they're hoping they can hang on to those gaming licences in New South Wales, Victoria and WA.
Righto. Ross, meanwhile, can you just explain why the price of TVs, computers and even cars are set to get even more expensive? Thought the Reserve Bank said prices and inflation were under control. Well,
that's right. They have said that. And isn't it interesting here that the price of just about everything that you own, including your car, your TV, your computer, is dependent on the price of semiconductors. So the world's largest semiconductor manufacturer is based in Taiwan, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. So this company has said overnight, reported in the Wall Street Journal, that they will be putting up semiconductor prices by 20%. There's a worldwide shortage of semiconductors. There are two main manufacturers, this company in Taiwan and Samsung are the two. And as a result, this is the reason why there's even, shall I say, big delays in trying to get cars, trying to get some computers and televisions into Australia right now, and it's almost inevitable that prices are going up. If prices are going up, that's inflationary, and then you raise questions about whether this is actually set in stone inside our economy, these price rises, or whether it's something transitory, which to date the Reserve Bank has said it thinks it is.
Some really interesting developments yesterday when it came to Qantas and the federal government too. They want international to start resuming somewhere in the middle of December. So there's been a definite shift there. It's just hope that the states can somehow follow. What that means for quarantine's another matter. But anyway, you spoke to Qantas boss Alan Joyce yesterday, Ross, about opening up. So do you think he's really prepared for that fight with Mark McGowan?
I think he is. I think he is a man who was prepared to close his airline down. Remember going back years and years ago when he had a fight with the pilots and other
stuff. He's not to be trifled with.
Oh, absolutely. And so in this particular case, he's saying to Mark McGowan, OK, you can close your borders in WA, you can close your people up, you can not allow your people to go and see relatives and friends around the world. You can do that. But in that case, the consequence is that we will not have our non-stop flights from the UK coming to Australia. We will not stop them in Perth. We will go to Darwin instead. Now, the interesting part about this is that Mark McGowan has reacted very angrily to that, saying we've geared up, we've supported the nation, we are the ones who have kept the Australian economy afloat. He's really angry about this and basically wants really almost an apology from Alan Joyce and some contrition. But here is what Alan Joyce had to say that sparked this fight.
We think that the UK will be a very good market for us when the borders open up, and the UK have gotten to very high levels of vaccination. And we think by Christmas that should be one of the markets that's being considered as a bubble. And therefore we want to have an option, and we'd love to go back and do the Perth London, but if that's not feasible, of course we're going to have a look at all alternatives.
So what you can see there, Peter, is he's simply a business person taking no risk. If there's a risk of WA being locked down and he can't stop his flights there, he's off to Darwin. That's simple as that.
Just quickly, Ross, we've got 30 seconds left, but is there going to be any kind of market reaction to the attacks in Kabul?
There was initially. It's not massive, but it's there. The US market's dropped by about 0.5% overnight. Our market's going to be a bit softer at the start. Just wait and see what the implications are to see whether there's a bigger, if you like, sort of effect on the US markets. That's probably more likely to come tonight, our time, than what we're seeing today.
Good one, Ross Greenwood. Good to see you.